Hey everyone, this is Al from Red Leaf Sports. If you want to interact with us, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Red Leaf Sports. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and Spotify.
Hey, what's up everyone? You are listening to episode number 25 of the Red Leaf Sports podcast, the quarter century mark, the silver edition, and we're happy to be back. Calling in the boys here, Big Al.
What's up, man?
And Anthony T-Bone Magnata.
What's up?
Back in action after his birthday.
After our spring/March break.
It was a good break.
How was it, guys? How was your...
Sports packed. The problem with missing a week, skipping a week, is so much happened in the week prior to the Monday that we missed.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we could touch on so many different things.
It's like we're cursed, because we always say, too, there's always big news breaking stories that happen like right after our podcast, like the Tuesday morning, the Tuesday afternoon. And it's like the 1 week that we took off, just like...
jam-packed with stuff.
In every single sport.
Yeah.
There was a major headline story in every single major sport.
And to that effect, I forgot a lot of it, so...
We're going to try and recap.
I might talk about stuff that happened yesterday.
Yeah, that's better. I'm sure people don't want to hear about stuff that happened 2 weeks ago.
I might talk about stuff that happened today.
Yeah, stuff that happened
right now.
Right now, which is...
big news in the game of the night. The Toronto Raptors... at home against the New York Knicks.
Our game of the night. I don't even like this as the game of the night.
It's fine.
Let's change it.
It's fine. No, leave it, man. You already broke the TV once.
Don't touch anything, man.
We already started late because of your television issues.
What's it, 13 seconds late?
Not going to bash any specific company.
Media company?
Bell.
What? I like it. I like it.
Yeah, you're a big fan of the Bell vibe. But yeah, guys, so other than sports-wise, everybody's March break was good. You guys do anything special?
Nope.
Anything exciting?
Nope.
No.
Nothing?
No, you know what? I've been home a lot with the new baby.
That's good. That's good.
It's been a nice transition into having two kids.
Yeah, easing yourself into it.
Yeah. Thought it would be easier.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's my big thing was you guys can call me Godfather now if you want.
Oh,
it's up to you.
That's nice, Jay.
Whatever
Congrats,
you want.
The Godfather.
You could call me
Don
Jay.
Marinelli?
You could call me Godfather. I'll go by either name.
That's nice.
Yeah, that was a fun experience, a really awesome experience. So that was my feature event of the March break.
Of course, that would be my feature event of the year. Really?
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Don't tell the parents that it was your highlight of your March break. Tell them the highlight of my whole life.
That is. It actually is up until for the next 2 months.
Man, did that make my March break great?
Boy,
really brought that week together.
If it wasn't for that,
cherry on top of March break.
No, it was an honor and it was awesome. Everything you could have imagined. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But jumping into sports, like we said, we missed a shit ton of big time news stories and transactions and rumors and you name it. So I don't know where the hell we're gonna start.
I was just gonna say that. I don't know.
I'll just
throw some stuff out here, Jay. What do you got?
Do you want to go like we
TFC?
usually?
You want to go TFC 2-0 start?
You want to start quick?
TFC?
Give them a little bit of love.
Let's start with soccer then. Because there's Champions League.
Switch it up.
Yeah.
Switch it up.
Okay, yeah. I see what we're doing
here.
Yeah.
TFC, that's a nice 2 games start.
Okay, you know what? I think my thing with TFC, I think I'm going to follow them more this year because they're not expected to do as good. It's like an underdog kind of thing.
So you're...
I
I think, you know what I mean? Like they're always favored, they're always winning, and then they start doing shit.
Been like
Wouldn't that make you want to watch the team more though? Normally,
only the last 2 years. For the last,
start doing good.
When the team's favored,
so maybe it's just an uptick from last year when they were doing really terribly.
Well,
right.
Because the year before they won.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but for the last decade they've been shit.
Yeah.
We were season ticket holders.
Yeah, they were crap. First year and they were shit.
How much were those again? 80 bucks? 100 bucks?
$100 for the whole season.
2 seats.
Sitting behind the net.
It's $12.
One seat, no, one seat.
Oh, 1 seat.
It
Okay.
was like $180 for the pair.
It's $12 a game.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's crazy.
$12 to $16.
And now, though, that's the massive supporter section.
Yeah.
Which tickets are probably,
A little bit, yeah.
I'd
Not
say
that
at
much
least
more.
Not that
triple
much
the
more.
price.
Well, if you want to go to the
It's not
game,
that much more than $12. How much are they? How much are they?
true.
I don't know.
$36?
Probably.
No, they
I
gotta
don't
be
think it's
more than
than
that.
I don't think it's more
Really?
than
$70.
No, I don't think it's more than $70.
59.
We'll go this year.
Well, Carlo, our buddy C,
He still got them?
his brother still has. We can ask him.
Oh,
He
okay.
still
Mike
has. He
still
still
has
has
them.
them from the original. When we first all bought them,
Yeah,
we bought
the
10
first
in a
year.
row or 12
Yeah,
in
I
a row.
remember
whatever
going
it
to
was.
those games.
Okay. So we'll get Mike on the phone and we'll ask him.
That's a good idea. Ring him up.
I thought they were going to do better this year than last year. They couldn't
You
have
think
done.
they're going to
Yeah.
do better this year?
100%.
I think
They
getting
lost
rid of.
Jovinko, man. That's a big piece.
I think that was better for them.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, because they had to do better. They had to get some other guys.
Yeah.
Altidore.
They paid Altidore, which was surprising
He's-
to me because I guess they are obviously now they are going to stick with him and they'll probably
Well,
bring Brad.
Altidore wants to retire
Yeah,
as
When?
a Toronto FC.
Oh, Cian?
Toronto FC'er.
The Red. He wants to retire a Red.
A Red.
He for that league, he's good.
Oh, he's perfect. Especially last game
Right.
where he came up.
He's a big,
came off the
athletic,
bench in the
strict- yeah.
60th minute,
Boom.
and he overpowered
Yeah.
guys just by obviously being
Bradley's
fresh.
still
and-
good. The defense
Yeah,
is
Bradley's
still the defense
holding
is
his own. They got a few new guys that I can't remember.
Bradley's a lot younger than I thought he was.
He's the youngest out of Altidore, Jovinko,
Yeah.
and him. That
Really?
blew me away.
Wow.
That blew me away.
Well, because he's been playing for a while. He was at Roma for a while.
Yeah, he must
He
have
should've stayed
started
there. I don't understand. He left Roma at like 26.
for money.
Well, he wasn't going to play.
I don't know, man. He was good at Roma.
He was,
Yeah.
wasn't he starting?
Of course he
was
was.
starting.
He was a-
yeah,
he was a
it's
big
for the
piece
money.
at Roma.
The only answer is money. I can't see any other reason. Well, he is
He's
American.
American.
Yeah, okay, so coming home or money.
He came straight to
I'd say money.
TFC.
From Roma,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, no, it's good to see them, especially after those two clunkers in the CONCACAF Champions League, which I'm still convinced. I like my conspiracies. They threw those games because they wanted to focus on the season.
I think this year they put a lot more focus on the regular
On the
season.
100%.
Yes, they had to, because last year was the other way around.
You don't lose to
Because
a team.
they wanted to do well coming off winning a
Yes.
championship.
They wanted a
from
new.
us. They wanted
They
that
didn't
trophy
really get a
as well.
break last year too. They went straight
No, they didn't get
championship,
any.
Champions League.
And it showed. It showed.
You don't. Yeah, you can't just go
It showed.
right through. You can't.
No. Especially players of that. They're fantastic soccer players, but they're not top-notch world-class talent that you see in Europe, you see in Spain, you see in Germany,
Right.
that can maybe have
Well, they
the
have
ability to go all season, all
June,
year
July,
round.
August is usually what they have off.
Yeah, but they were
3 months.
playing. They
Soccer
were playing. They were playing into
They have the summer off.
end of April, and then they started off pretty early
Late
as
August.
well.
Late
Yeah.
August, early September is when you
So
start.
maybe a month and a half off.
That's-
They're still training. They're still training. They're not sitting on their
Yeah.
couch at home, right? You got
you
to
have
train.
to still be training and staying.
So
shape.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what their deal is. But moving on to the bigger, brighter news, the Champions League round of 16 wrapped up last week, and boy, oh boy,
Did not disappoint.
Put on the wrap.
that was something special. If you were a Juve fan, or Ajax fan, or Barcelona fan, but more specifically,
Porto
Porto
did a
fan.
number.
More specifically, if you were a Juventino, that was something that, as much as people could have expected it, because it's one of those situations where you say, "Oh, imagine if Ronaldo scores all 3 goals and Juve wins 3-0." Like, that's something you would just say shooting the shit with your buddies.
Yeah,
Like, imagine he scores
After
all-
that first game, yeah, don't worry, Ronaldo's going to score 3 goals and we're
you
going to
make
win.
a joke about it,
Yeah.
right? You say, "Yeah, no, don't worry, Ronaldo's going to score 3 goals," like you said,
And we're
it's
gonna win.
And it came to reality, and I'm speechless about that performance. You know me, I've been a Ronaldo hater for most of my adult life.
And then all of a sudden, Viva Ronaldo comes out of your
I'm
mouth.
not.
Well,
you're not
going to
Viva
cheer?
Ronaldo. Forza Ronaldo.
You're not going to cheer when he scores?
Yes. I cheered.
But my point is, I told him he was going to do that.
No, but listen. Hold on.
I said, you're going to cheer. But you're not going to cheer for him?
No, Al, because you know what? Game 12 of the Serie A season, I didn't cheer when he scored. I cheered because Juve was winning or Juve scored, but I didn't cheer.
Anyway.
No, but I didn't cheer directly for him scoring the goal.
It's the same, man.
Trust me, it's not, Al. Trust me. But that game, I cheered for him like I had CR7 posters on my wall for the last 10 years. I cheered for him like I never imagined I could.
That's what he's supposed to do.
And that shut me up.
Here.
Yeah, that proved what I wanted to see from a talent like him coming to Juventus.
Well, he said that's why they signed me. That's why you've assigned me.
Of course.
Any 4-year-old could have said that.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. And that's why I've been saying this whole time. I will get on the Ronaldo bandwagon when he does something that they brought him here to do.
Do you think he could play at this level for the remainder of his deal there? 2 more years after this one?
I think it's 3 more years after this one.
4? He signed for 4?
I think he signed for 4. I could be mistaken. It's 3 or 4. But I think for the next, absolutely, the next 2 years, I think the next 2 years.
He'll play out his contract. It's not like he's going to, barring injury.
Yeah, no. I can absolutely see him.
Well, you hope he
might ask to leave. Maybe he wants to go play in Portugal or something.
Yeah, end it there.
Or he'll come to the U.S., Miami or L.A., something like that.
TSC?
Jack.
No.
Why not?
Nah.
What?
You ever think that Toronto FC could have got Jovinko?
Yes.
That was the biggest get at that time.
Yes, I know, but that's
Jovinko and Ronaldo. That's very 2 different things.
Yeah.
Both most sought after pieces, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why it makes sense.
MLS, you're saying.
Right? Everybody wanted Jovinko, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I don't want to...
He's fucking MVP the first year.
Yeah, he's amazing. He was amazing. He'll be one of the best players to ever play in the league.
Yeah.
Right?
Jimmy Brennan. Him and Jimmy Brennan.
Top 2.
Brennan.
Top 2.
Not to hog the spotlight on Juventus when we're talking Champions League here. We have the new matchups that just came out this past Friday.
Ajax Juve.
Plays
the winner.
And Manchester United and Barcelona play on Wednesday, April 10th.
What about that Man U comeback?
Man U comeback, absolutely. Yeah, we didn't give any love to them. But quickly, Liverpool, FC Porto on the Tuesday, as well as Tottenham, Man City. So there are...
what day is the Juve one on?
Wednesday, April 10th. So, yeah, okay. It's going to be some big... Man U and Barcelona.
I'm already nervous. Do you understand? I'm already nervous.
Yeah. And, no, there's some Manchester, Tottenham, and Man U and Barcelona are going to be a treat to watch, and I'm excited for those. But yeah, I don't know anything else from that craziness of I feel like I want to talk about the Juventus game all show. But
it's our show. You can talk about whatever you want for as long as you want.
It was.
I don't like Man U. I've never liked Man U because growing up, Man U was good and
yeah. You always wanted to
Ronaldo was on that team.
Yeah,
remember when he was on that team?
Yeah.
So shit.
Yeah,
hated him. But I like Paul Pogba.
Yeah, I don't mind Pogba.
I don't mind
seeing
like,
obviously
I hate Man U, but
the Juventus connection there. But
I don't mind. He's a good cat.
Yeah.
Right? Did you go? You went out for beers with him?
Yeah. He's a good cat. He seems like a cool cat.
You know him?
I feel like I know him. Yeah, I feel like I know him. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to see anybody really.
Well, Juventus plays the winner of Man City and Tottenham, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Man City and Tottenham, which is there's 4 English teams left.
Yeah, that's actually my buddy at work. We were talking about 4 English teams, which that's got to be the first time in a while. I know, but all 4 in the final 8.
Yeah, because usually Real's there, Real's not there.
Right.
So that eliminates 1 English team.
Real, Atletico.
Atletico's usually
there. Bayern.
Yeah.
Bayern's usually there.
PSG.
Yeah. PSG's usually there.
It's an odd
Liverpool, thing. To see Liverpool, Man U, and Man City there is not...
No, shocking. It's just all 4 of them at the same time is the shocking...
It could be...
One of those 4 are always in the spot.
3 could still advance.
3 can still advance.
3 of those teams can still advance. So it could be like either Ajax or Juve and 3 English teams.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Liverpool got a good draw against Porto. I think that's what you would have wanted.
Yeah, and I mean,
These guys, you never know if it's their Cinderella story. These teams like Porto,
we've
Ajax,
seen it from Ajax. Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
can
but
see it.
that hasn't been done in a while.
Tottenham's not a
It
big,
hasn't been done in a
No,
while.
in
in
today's
Champions
world with the
Tottenham's cool,
with
cool
money,
story.
I don't mind Tottenham.
with the money that's involved, you don't see those Cinderella stories. Not in the Champions League. You could see it in the league play, as we saw from Leicester City a few years ago. But even that was a rarity that no one's ever seen before. So, yeah, a lot of exciting things that took place for Champions League, and a lot coming up in a few weeks from now. Almost a month from now. So I'm sure we'll touch on that when it gets closer to the date. Anything else for soccer, guys? You got
I was going to talk about that the new offside rule that they have. Did you see that offside goal that FC scored?
I did, and I still can't understand why it wasn't offside.
Offside.
But
So
what's the
apparently,
rule?
The rule is if
They changed the offside rule?
yeah, it's terrible.
Who changed it?
I don't know. MLS is using this rule. Okay, so if you kick the ball and the guy's ahead of the defenseman, the fullbacks, if he's closer to the net than all the fullbacks, then he's offside. Right? As soon as this is the old way. As soon as the ball touches the guy who's passing's foot, that determines if they're on or offside. Right? Now, if the guy kicks it and he's offside, the flag will go up. But then if the defenseman makes a play on the ball and like even just nicks the ball, onside again.
That's how it should be. I like that.
You think so?
Yes, I like that.
Does he have to touch the ball,
I think he has
or
to
he just
touch
has
the
to
ball.
make a play?
Well, in this case, he touched the ball.
Oh, if he touches the ball,
Yeah.
I like that
But
too.
no, but it's never been like that. It's
I know.
always at the foot of the guy
right,
that's passing.
right.
Yeah.
And it's offside no
Because
matter
I
what.
did see that the linesman raised his flag up, but then he brought it back down.
Yeah.
Some
Because
refs
it
would.
was offside.
Yeah.
Some refs
But
would
he
call
played
it
it.
like that.
I
Some
didn't-
refs would, maybe not professional, but I played in games where some refs have called that. Shim men's league games, the refs don't know what
Yeah,
they're doing.
yeah.
The
They've
rules-
called that. They've
the
called
rules,
that.
they
Maybe
changed
not
the
in
rules.
professional soccer, but they've
Like by accident, they
yeah,
called it. Yeah.
Or thinking that's the rule.
Yeah, just thinking.
Anyway, I don't know if I like it or not.
So-
It's new. Maybe because it's new, I don't like it.
But it's only MLS that's using this rule.
I think so, yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's got to be a
that's weird.
universal thing.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Well,
the
and
different-
all in other sports they have different rules when
I
it comes
guess,
to
yeah, that's true.
different leagues and
That's true.
Yeah, CFL,
Olympics.
NFL.
Yeah, Olympics and Olympics and different leagues
Yeah,
in
Olympic
hockey.
hockey, right, yeah.
have different
Olympic
rules
basketball.
And stuff, yeah. International rules are different with bigger ice and
Way different.
right.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that, and yeah, I guess we'll see how that plays out in,
It'd be cool
in
to see a
MLS.
soccer game with no offsides. See how they would play that.
Yeah, like what does Bob McCowan always say? If you pass center, you shouldn't be allowed to go pass back behind
back.
center.
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea.
When you really think about it,
it's like basketball.
it changes the whole sport.
Yeah.
But it
Not really.
changes the whole sport.
How many times you go back across
A
center?
lot of times. Watch a soccer game. Count
Yeah,
how many
that's
times they do that.
The good team, yeah, the professional teams would be able to do that no problem.
It's more for the times when a player's pressured a defenseman and he has to pass it back.
Pass it back.
Right? If he has to give it away, he has to make a pass.
It's one of the only sports because it's so global that they can't change the rules.
No, yeah, it's
as much as
yeah,
other sports.
Yeah.
Golf, they just changed the rules.
Okay, well, let's get.
Want to move into some
golf.
golf? Yeah.
Golf, they just changed the rules. You
How
like
did
that,
your boy?
guys?
Actually, okay, tell your rule.
Tiger's shaping up.
Yeah, well, he says he's shaping up.
I look good on that 17 there.
What did he finish this week?
He finished strong this week, I'll tell you, Jay. They finished strong this week.
Did he
His last
finish it
round was
first?
fine. No, he didn't finish it. He
Okay.
doesn't have to win every
So he's not
tournament.
back yet.
He's back. I told you he's back. We won a tournament last year, Jay. You can't say he's not back after winning a
He
tournament.
won one
There's
tournament.
there's a quote here that
More than a
says,
lot of people.
Wood says game right on track as Masters approaches.
What did I just say? I just said his game.
If he wins the Masters, Al, then
You
I'll
know-
say Tiger's back.
Do you know?
If he wins the Masters,
I'm okay with a top 10 from Tiger at the Masters.
Yeah.
just
that's
top
fine.
10, eh?
Yeah.
You guys
Just
lowered
put a good
your
show.
expectations
Just
for the
put a good
greatest
show,
golfer
be
of all
happy,
time.
be
Yeah,
happy.
I'm okay if all the other guys win. I'm happy if Tiger wins, but I'm just as happy as all the other guys win.
Yeah,
Some
no,
of the
I'm
other
not.
guys.
I want Tiger to win.
Just Tiger.
They just want Tiger to win. I don't care about anybody else.
I wouldn't mind to see Phil again. I like Phil.
Eh,
What about Vijay Singh?
That'd be a cool story. He
Right?
almost won a tournament a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I heard something about that.
Almost, yeah. And then he kind of...
VJ.
He's old, man.
Yeah.
He's like 58.
Yeah, sure. He was old 10 years ago.
Yeah. But the young guys, they'll be in there.
So
Rory.
Rory McIlroy won the Players Championship.
Yeah.
Players
Ron-
Championship
Yeah.
in
Ron
where
Wood.
was that? In Florida.
Florida.
Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida.
Oh, beautiful course. I was watching some on Saturday.
You know what? Okay, so they overseeded this year, and now I think this year it's at a different time than last year. Last year's later on in the season.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
in like May.
I was going to say, it's usually after the
Right.
Masters.
So this year it's earlier. You know how much more like, and they did a side by side shot of May last year to March this year.
Yeah.
You know what's greener
Sure.
it is this year?
Sure.
It's in March. Everything's nice and
Yeah.
They
The Heat hasn't
overseeded.
hit it yet.
Well, no one's been playing on it, too. Right?
mint.
It's probably the first couple of rounds,
Yeah, of the
first
year.
tournament on that for sure.
The
Well,
track
no, they play.
looks
It's Florida.
great. Great shape.
Golf course doesn't look good in Florida. It shouldn't be open.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
Figure it out, Florida.
You have all year to figure it out. You have all the stuff.
Okay.
So McIlroy won.
Yeah, McIlroy won, and yeah. So I guess the Masters is the next big one coming up.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch if Tiger's playing in any of them. Tiger.
Is that Easter weekend? Does it fall on Easter weekend again? That's my
Oh,
favorite.
does it?
That's my favorite.
No.
No.
It's the weekend before.
Weekend before. All right. Not bad.
I'm
fine.
fine with that too.
I like when it falls on Easter
Yeah,
weekend though, because
yeah.
then you're
Not doing
like
anything.
you just ate like 8 pounds of lamb and
You're just watching
potatoes
the
and
Masters.
lying on the couch, watching the final round of the Masters.
So good.
That's reminds me of gives you that nostalgic feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that my whole life.
Yeah. All right, gonna go lie on the couch,
For the
watch
next
the
6
Masters.
to 8 hours.
Everybody cleat up.
Yeah. Get out here. Your whole family's cleaning
Yeah.
up. Well, I think
All
I've
right.
earned a little back after eating that much food.
Watch the Masters.
Let me go watch the Masters. You fall asleep during the Masters in and out. It's nice.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Golf is my favorite thing to take a nap
It's
to.
nice. I know you want to watch it, this and that, but
No.
I think falling asleep, just snoozing a little bit, that's part of it.
Like a
You wake up,
Saturday,
oh, you wake up in a huff and you're like, oh,
Saturday afternoon
Warriors
baseball
minus
game.
7. No, what did I miss?
What do you do?
A Saturday afternoon baseball game.
Oh.
That's the perfect time for a little quick half-hour nap.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that today.
In
Can't
between
wait
the
for that.
4th and 6th inning,
Yeah.
just a quick little.
You missed like
2
3
inning-
batters.
Yeah.
You missed 2 innings.
Right?
You could take a 45-minute nap and you'll miss an inning and a half.
Yeah.
2 innings.
Baseball's the best.
It's fantastic.
You can take a nap mid-game
Fantastic.
and not miss a beat.
Speaking,
baseball.
speaking of baseball, we'll.
Oh, we're doing this pretty good.
Let's
Eh?
do a great segues to start off the show.
Okay, baseball. I got some stuff to say.
Yeah, spring training is almost wrapping up. Crazy how fast it goes by. We've been waiting and waiting for it to get
Did
here.
we talk about Bryce Harper?
I don't think we did.
That happened after.
Again,
can't
it's our
remember.
show. If we want
I
to talk
can't
about it
remember.
again.
Talk about him again.
I want to talk about the
No,
first thing
we
I'm
were actually
staring at here.
talking about him. Go ahead, T.
Go, T.
Travis out 4 to 6 weeks
Oh,
after
yeah,
surgery.
I feel bad for the
Okay,
guy.
little Jay's talk to start.
I feel bad.
It's only
That's-
because it's the first thing I opened
yeah,
up here and saw.
That's one guy
Yeah.
I really like. You just wanted to see the best. I was excited for Devin Travis, and the guy's a great ball player, but
Good contact hitter.
He started off great. He could have
it's
been
the
done a lot
injuries
more.
are.
Great
It
swing.
looks like it might be the.
I think that's going to be it after
Close
Final
to the
nail in
end.
the coffin.
I think
He'll
so.
catch on as a coach, I think. I think the organization or
Yeah.
the MLB. Watch.
I don't
man,
think that's
10
his
years.
first
You gotta bring-
choice.
10 years.
He'll
Devin Travis
so
will be
out
cool.
4 to 6 weeks with what kind of surgery did he have? Knee again
Yeah, he's having knee surgery.
on his other knee.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
So sad.
it's really
once both
tough to
knees
see.
go, that's tough.
Especially because he was given a shot again this year. They brought him back.
He was gonna play second base.
he
Who's
was-
gonna
they were
play
gonna
second
give him
base
the,
now?
the job.
Well, I think Gurriel's going to play second base.
They might have to shift Gurriel there. So, yeah, it's sad to see. Speaking of injuries as well, Vladdy Jr., obviously, with his
Nah, fine with that.
oblique injury,
Fine with him being hurt?
coincidentally,
He's going to get hurt, no?
I don't know. Is he?
oblique injury, coincidentally, just
So
before
he's not
the
doing-
start of the season so they can sit him for the first 3 weeks.
So he's not
They're
doing
gonna do that
anything.
anyway.
So, but he's not doing anything now for 3 weeks.
oh, no, yeah, he's
that's the
shut down,
problem.
shut down.
So in 3 weeks he starts again, and he'll need another 3 weeks.
They're going to delay.
So that's at
it,
6
yeah.
weeks. before he does any baseball.
They might delay it till June, guys. June they get another year.
It is June now.
Another year without our arbitration.
It's June now for sure.
If they wait till June, they gain a year of arbitration.
Yeah. But it's June for sure.
They gain an arbitration year if they wait till June.
So when they're trading him, because they won't give him the money 6 years from now, that'll matter.
Well, they want the extra year.
That'll matter. When they're looking to trade him away, because they don't want to pay
It's a
him.
good trading chip.
You don't know who's going to own the team next year, in 6 years. You don't know anything.
I wish that there's a different ownership.
Okay. Or maybe...
Then that extra service year might come into play.
Right. Or maybe Rogers changes their tune and wants to spend a little coin.
Well, your buddy said, Shapiro said there's no timetable for when the Jays will be contenders again.
Oh.
Why would you say that?
He said that?
He said it.
doesn't
Guys,
give a
look
shit,
it up.
eh?
Look it up.
He doesn't care.
He said a couple things over the last week that a couple writers wrote, and they were...
Well,
yeah, they're confused. They don't. One of the guys said, "I need a dictionary that can."
There hasn't been anything good. Every time Shapiro talks about his bosses, there hasn't been anything good to say.
Yeah,
Like every time there's something.
You want a GM to say, "Oh, these guys are on board to spend," like Philly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not even.
You know what pissed him off when they told him to bring him here? One of the things he could do was restructure the Rogers Center.
Didn't do that.
And I don't think that's happening.
No,
I don't think
that's
they're letting
not
him
happening.
do that anymore, and I think that pissed him off. So I don't think he cares. I'm sure he cares about his job, cares about what he's doing.
Changing the
He
way...
doesn't want to lose, but there's probably a lot of promises that were made to him, and now they're
gone.
They're gone, and that was probably a big thing for him because he did it in Cleveland. So now he comes here. They say, yeah, the money's there. You could do it, and now they're not doing it anymore.
Interesting, T. That's an interesting theory.
Yeah,
right?
I like that.
That would piss someone at his level off for sure.
And at his level are other guys that if he gets fired, they're not going to want to come here.
Right.
Why would they want to come here
Right.
if ownership's going to be like that?
Exactly.
It's because ownership didn't know. I think Rogers didn't know how much it would actually cost to make the Sky Dome better.
But how come?
Well, whatever it is, it
so
doesn't matter.
much.
They can spend any amount of money they want. If they don't want to spend the exact amount to make it that, spend $50 million less. You're still spending hundreds of millions of dollars on it.
Yeah.
But why can't, if all these cities, these smaller cities, get new arenas, get new stadium, why can't Toronto, a major market, North American, top five market?
They just need an owner to do it.
Yeah, the ownership just doesn't want to do it. For them, for Bell, for Rogers, it's just a stadium to them. They don't need it to be anything special.
They're making money.
Yeah,
well, it's
right?
they're lease free. They're mortgage free in there. And when you look at it that side as just real life,
They bought it for $20 million.
Yeah, I think it was 25 or $20 million. So they're living mortgage free. You want to live mortgage free. I want to live mortgage free.
Rogers
So
gets the
why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So that part makes me realize, I'm being a little naive to the whole situation. But at the end of the day, the way I look at it, you're a sports franchise.
And that's the
you
thing
need
too.
to
They
operate
paid
like
nothing
that.
for it. Yeah, if I'm living mortgage free, I'm putting a little bit more money into my house to make
Spruce
it better.
it up, yeah. You're sprucing up
Right,
other
now we're
angles,
right?
Yeah. What did they do?
No, they can't
What
just
have they
do
done
something small
to
because
that
it's so
place?
shit. You can't fix that.
You can fix it.
No, I hate it. I hate it so much.
There's stuff that you could do to make it more accommodating to the
I need
fan.
an outdoor field. field.
It doesn't need to be outdoor, Al. I
Doesn't
told you
need
this
to be
already.
outdoor.
Get a great structure, a dome that can open and close in 3 minutes,
Yeah.
like all these other
That's what we said,
stadiums.
like Milwaukee.
Yeah,
It's an open stadium unless it's raining. Then
Exactly.
they close it.
If they just fix the roof and change the angles of some of the jumbotrons, the screens, it's a total different ball game in there.
Raise
The
it-
sidelines are brutal.
seats have to be more.
The sidelines are brutal. Yes. So there's
have to be more steep.
There's stuff that they could do there.
The seats aren't steep enough.
Well, let's talk about the team on the field.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do we even say about them? I don't know.
I thought they were having a
The
good spring.
over-under-
They're playing well.
The over-under's, I think, 79.
Ooh, that's high.
77 or 79. I can't remember
I
the
think it's
over.
going to be lower than that.
I think they're going to get 80 wins. I think they're going to.
Eight?
I was gonna say.
Wow.
I think they're gonna get higher too.
We're going to do our Blue Jays predictions here?
I guess. I don't
So
know.
you
Season
say
starts
80
next
wins?
Thursday. We're going to have another podcasts before, but we can do it. It's not a problem.
Give your preliminary. You
I'm
can change it.
saying
If you
80
change your
wins.
mind,
I was
going
gonna
to
call
change.
82.
I'm gonna
500.
go. I'm gonna go with 72.
That's really low.
72 wins, and I'm being generous.
So if you had an over-under of 76, you'd pick the under.
I'd pick the under.
I think they're going to be in the 70s like that.
What did they win last year?
If they trade one of Sanchez or Stroman, I think they're in the 70s for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, one of them
yeah.
go, and you're throwing out Clayton Richard as your like number 2 starter, or Matt Shoemaker. Then yeah, you're definitely not winning more than 70 games. Or Clay Buchholz, who I don't. Is he gonna make the team? Because that guy's a Blue Jay. Just makes
he's gonna
no.
be the fifth. He's gonna be the fifth starter.
Wow, that just seems wrong on so many levels to me.
Why, man?
This is Clay Buchholz.
Yeah,
He's
but
a Red
it's
Sox.
Not as good, Clay Buchholz.
He's a Red Sox.
Yeah, Jay. How long ago?
2
He
years.
came in. He's a Red Sox through and through.
They're not worried about that.
No, they shouldn't be. I'm just saying. For me, it's
For a fan-
those
fan point of
fans,
view.
those players that you see with one team, especially one that in your division for so long.
Well, he's here because the Jays are giving him a shot.
Yeah, it's an emergency.
He had a good
basis,
second half
really.
last year.
Yeah.
He had a good second half last year.
I mean,
Why not? As a fifth starter, like what are you?
1
looking
year, right?
For? Yeah, you looking for like somebody that's gonna.
Hey, he has a good first half. Maybe you trade him at the deadline.
He wins 8 games as a number 5.
Yeah,
On a team
that's
like
what it
this.
is. It's a number 5, so it is what
Trade
it
him
is.
for depth or trade him
I think
for
that's what they're looking
prospects
to do
at
with
the.
with a lot of their guys like Stroman,
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Well, there's,
as
yeah,
much as-
you should be looking at
Speaking-
Stroman, Sanchez,
I guess it all depends
Buchholz,
how.
Smoke, Pilar,
It all
Graychick.
depends on how big of a difference Vlad's gonna make.
Yeah, well, you won't know that for another.
Vlad
2
and
to 3
then
months.
eventually Bichette.
Bichette's a monster too.
If that could be
he looks
your-
great,
If that could be your EE Batista,
yeah.
then you could build
So you
around
build
something
around
like
that,
that.
right?
But we
Bichette
need to.
looks
We're hoping
crazy
right now.
at the plate. Like he looks
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
baseball player, man.
He does.
When he swings,
Yeah, he's got a heavy swing for
Yeah.
such a,
And
and he's
he's
not
a-
a big guy.
yeah.
which is what makes it so appealing. But speaking of those two guys, Stroman and Sanchez, did you guys hear the rumor that they might be hashing things out
I don't
and
wanna-
might
I don't wanna
actually
hear
be
it.
kind of
Best buds again.
cool with each other? I don't know. I wouldn't say
2
best.
years.
I was going to
buds.
say, is this the third year or the second year of this
I think this
soap
is the
opera?
third.
This is the third.
So this is the third?
There's
Okay,
rumors
well, I
that
don't
they're cool with each other now. Like they're not best buds, but
Probably
they're
just chilled with you one night on the balcony, had a couple brews, and said, "Listen, bro,
yeah.
Let's hug it out.
I'm so sorry."
Let's hug it out. That was stupid. No, because I think after 3 years, I bet they thought when this first happened that either of them weren't going to be here. This
Yeah, one of them
Yeah.
was gonna go.
time, right?
So now they're looking at each other like, "Okay, we're both still here."
Stroman comes out and says he wants a long-term deal. What about Sanchez signs long-term now?
Sanchez won't.
No
Sanchez is
shot.
gonna
He's
go to
gone.
Europe.
Yeah, first chance he gets.
He's already
Sanchez
gone.
is a Yankee for sure next year,
Yeah.
or not next year. Whenever, as soon as possible.
Whatever, yeah. Whenever his service time comes up.
Think about him as a Yankee. Think about the Yankees trying to get him now.
Oh,
Well, he's got to
You know what
pitch
the Jays
because
would
no
get- you
one's
know what
going
the
to
Jays
want
would
him
get
right
for
now.
Greg Bird for him. Watch. That's gonna happen. That's a trade.
Greg Berg for Aaron Sanchez
That's a trade.
this summer.
Because they got the other guy.
And then what do they do with Smoke?
They're trading Smoke.
Trade Smoke. I thought Smoke should have been traded.
Smoke
last
is your key trading piece
Smoke.
this year.
Morales comes off the book. They might want to re-sign Morales because he's so good with the young guys
for 1 more year.
for one more year. Although not for $20 million,
No.
for like 3, just to come
But
back.
if they want
Yeah,
him,
go
he's
guy off the pinch hitter.
yeah.
Pinch hitter because you don't want to clog up that DH role.
No.
No.
Not
you
in
like
today's
you like
not
the
in
Sanchez
today's
for Greg
MLB.
Bird, don't you?
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
I'm thinking
know
about
if
it
I
for
would
New
be
York.
happy with that return.
I don't know either. I don't know. I
if I'd
think
be
it's.
happy
I
with
think you're taking a flyer on Bird.
I mean, Stroman the last year and a half, I'd say, yeah, I'd take that. But Stroman, his ceiling is obviously a lot higher than this last year and a half. So,
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
sorry. His ceiling should be higher than we've seen the last year and a half based on his injuries and inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're basing it on the last year and a half, I'd say, yeah, I'd probably take a flyer on Greg
You
Bird
take a
for
chance
that.
on Greg Bird.
But he hasn't
Greg
shown
Bird's
much.
highly touted.
Yeah, he was.
And he hasn't
I don't
showed-
know
he
if
hasn't
he
showed
is
anything.
anymore. If
Those
Luke
are
Voigt is stealing your spot, I don't think you're highly touted
he's
anymore.
not doing that good anymore. So that's where.
Yeah, I know.
That's where I kind of would be hesitant.
Yeah, but it's the Yankees. They'll find someone.
They'll just get somebody.
They'll put Tulo at first.
They might put Tulo at first.
Tulo.
My boy. He's gonna do so good, guys. I'm gonna draft him in the first round.
What else in baseball? We could talk.
The Japan game and
let's
Oakland,
talk about-
Seattle. But
Oh wait, you know what? The opening day.
Hold on. Did
We
Ichiro
talk-
play in one of these games?
he played. No, I think he's playing for a
Japanese team?
Japanese team. Or he was. It was a highlight in Japan, so I don't know if he was playing.
I think he played. Is Seattle there? In Japan?
Seattle
They're
and
there,
Oakland
yeah.
are
He
there.
played. He played one of the exhibition games
Okay, well, good.
today.
Because they threw
Yes,
that video.
No, on Seattle he played.
Because he signed for Seattle. He's out with Seattle.
He caught a fly ball in right field and threw.
I saw. I didn't know he was still. I
on-
thought he retired.
chest from right field to the third baseman chest.
No bounce.
No bounce.
Wow, I like that. I like
But
that.
he's
nuts.
retired.
Yeah, I think he was maybe playing for. Maybe there was an exhibition they were playing a
Alumni.
Japanese
Yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah,
And
they're
he was
playing the
playing with the
Japanese-
Japanese
Spring
team.
training.
Yeah, it
there you
doesn't
gotta
matter.
play.
Yeah,
You want to come play? Will Ferrell played.
yeah, that's right.
Guys, have you ever watched that documentary?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, a number of times.
It is fantastic.
It's great.
I watched it for the first time like 6 months ago.
I don't know
I
if
couldn't
I've
believe
seen
I didn't
full.
see it. I couldn't believe I didn't watch it before.
You never saw clips and stuff?
I'd see on like TSN, like stuff like that. I didn't sit and watch parts
Yeah.
of it. That was the first time I watched it front to back, and it was
Was it one day?
yeah. One day he played all
9 different teams?
9 different positions, 9 different teams. Actually, I think
No,
he played.
not different teams.
No, he
9
played 2
different
positions. I think on a couple teams.
Yeah.
I think it was like 6 or 7 teams. He took
like to
he
watch
took
that
a
again.
flight somewhere.
Yeah, it's a helicopter.
Yeah, helicopter. That's yeah. If you haven't
Cool.
seen
What
it,
about
check
this
it out.
new curfew that they're putting in for the video game?
Oh, I was going to say
Good.
Yeah, I was going to talk
Good.
about that. Yeah, it's
Good.
Obviously,
Yeah.
why wasn't this implemented before?
because they didn't think it was going to get like this.
Yeah.
It's like kids.
Because they thought
It's like you're running-
27-year-old guys would
Yeah, it's
just
you're running a daycare.
Not even
that are making
27.
millions of
Oh,
dollars.
do you have a curfew for anything at your job?
No.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why is there a curfew on something at your work? At your work, you're only allowed to do this for this long. It's like the recess. That the
Well,
put a
yeah, at
curfew
my
on
work,
recess.
you're not allowed to do like internet, like go on the internet and
Yes.
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's obvious.
Yeah, I know.
But this is not during their.
They're at the clubhouse, man. They're in the clubhouse. playing
Yeah,
the game.
it's true. When
So
you
you know
walk
what?
into that
3
stadium,
hours before the game. No.
Yeah.
it should be if as soon as you
No,
walk
why?
into the
Because-
stadium, it's that team's
That's it.
rules. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know why? Because in those 3 hours that you'd be playing those video games,
To be doing
you'd be-
so much other stuff.
you'd be filling your day with stuff about the game, baseball, working out,
Right.
going
So-
over something. Do that.
Someone was saying.
Oh my God! You know how much I would love to do that.
Yeah, I understand they need a little bit of a break, but if it's getting, when they're there, they're doing a lot of this. They need some downtime as well. But
Okay, when it comes to the game time, 3 hours. I say.
yeah,
Something like,
I
don't
think
know what it
I
is.
think they did 4 hours.
There you go. Even better.
I think that's what it is.
Even better. After the game, you lose. You don't play. You don't touch those things.
Yeah. Well, then you're punishing them.
yeah,
You
it's
don't touch those things.
punishing 25-year-olds.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Millionaires?
Did we win? No. If I'm a vet, if I'm Clay Buchholz, I walk in there and start throwing shit after.
You'd
a
be
while.
lucky if Clay Buchholz says 2 words all year in the Blue
come
Jays
on.
clubhouse.
They wouldn't get a shit clubhouse.
They're the first.
I don't think he's a shit clubhouse guy. I think he comes out like a quiet guy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
They're the first sport to implement this kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't heard it from any other sport. So yeah, that's something that's kind of
I mean, I
interesting.
think it's just assumed in hockey. When I used to play, like in
Hockey guys are playing now left and
single
right.
A, they said no video games before the game at all. Like if you're playing that game,
Yeah.
no video games
That's
on
a
game day.
little different.
You're a
what did you
kid.
say? Not play.
You're a
Your
kid.
parents don't let you
Yeah.
play.
Of course not. It was part of the team.
Yeah, I'm sure some kids played.
Well, not me. I
That's
follow
good.
the rules. I follow the rules.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
All right. Well,
What else in
Because I was a leader.
What else in baseball?
no, someone was saying that why don't they just play like MLB the show, like scouting reports on all these players, like the team you're playing against, like
Yeah.
you look at all their attributes, like
Play
their,
that game.
their power ranking, their
Yeah.
opposite hitting ranking. I mean, that sounds stupid. They probably already know all that stuff.
They have, yeah, but still, doesn't hurt.
Just don't play in the
Maybe the coaches, managers know a lot
Just
more
don't-
about
Apparently, it
that.
was a big issue last year. Russell Martin was like
pissed.
bad at playing.
Oh,
like,
he was one of the ones.
he was one of the ones that was playing heavy Fortnite.
Yeah,
that's
see,
why
and
he's
how
not
old is he?
there.
35 years old? See?
Rusty Martin.
You gonna tell 35-year-olds what they can and can't do?
It was a good stint when he was here. We had him when we needed him for what we needed him for.
The two
then-
playoff runs make everything worth it.
Yeah.
Any deal, anything that ever happened in the last 5 years, those 2 years make everything worth it. And
Right.
there's a lot of fans that might
Even
disagree
paying
with
Tulo
that.
for not playing, paying Russell Martin
Paying
right
Tulo,
now for not playing.
Trading
you're paying for those 2
trading
years.
Syndergaard for the thing, Dickey.
yeah. Oh,
You know what? It sucks, but I don't care. We got to see, as
Yeah.
fans who were starving for 20 plus years for a playoff game. Anyone you would have traded, as long as they got those 2 runs. Obviously, a World Series would have been better, but I guess we couldn't ask for much after missing playoffs for 20.
I was
20
very
something years.
satisfied.
Yeah,
I was happy.
Yeah,
I wasn't that upset when they lost.
one
in
of the best
playoffs.
sporting moments I think we can all say of our lives is that Batista home run. That's,
I was in Arizona.
That was one of the greatest top 5 sporting moments for sure.
Oh, big
That's-
time.
It's got to be up there. It's got to be up there.
For me, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I
So-
remember sitting there and thinking in my head, if he hits a home run here, I'm gonna go mental.
I didn't even think that
I did.
possibility. I was probably
I did. He gets no. I was even saying if he gets a hit, crazy.
yeah.
Smash.
Okay, let's move on from baseball. Let's jump into a little bit of NBA quickly before the break. We were watching, as we mentioned, the game of the night. The Toronto Raptors just crushed the New York Knicks. I think it was 126-92. I don't know if you guys are good at math and what that adds up to.
A lot.
34 points.
A lot.
The negative in that stat line there was what looks to be a crushing injury to Kyle Lowry around the close to the end of the third quarter. Looks like he got a body rolled onto him and rolled his ankle. I don't know if you guys have seen anything come up yet on Twitter or anything, but the injury looked bad.
Just sore ankle.
Yeah. Sore ankle, they're saying?
Yeah.
He kind of put some pressure on it.
Yeah.
He won't be playing the next couple games.
It looked bad. So hopefully maybe he was just really playing it up. But that could be a huge loss. That will be a huge loss for them if it's anything significant. And even if it isn't, the lack of playing time that he's gotten with Kawhi Leonard and Marc Gasol, that's starting to alarm me. That whole factor. I was all down for Kawhi Leonard resting and all that, but when we're coming to crunch time of just about 12, 13 games left, and your 3 main guys barely have maybe 10 games that they've played together, Gasol, Lowry, and Leonard, it's worrying me a little bit. So
the three of them are gonna play more games in the playoffs than they're gonna play in the regular season.
If the number is around 10, 15 games, there is a very good chance that
I think that's a high
happen.
number.
That's
That
a very
all
good
3
chance.
played in the same game.
10 to 15
times.
games?
I'm not too worried about
Yeah,
Lowry
I think it's high.
and I'm not too worried
And
about
Kawhi.
Lowry and Kawhi together.
No.
Gasol a little bit, but that's fine because him and Ibaka are interchangeable to me. So
Yeah.
as long as those 2 guys figure it out and then the other 2 guys are in and out, I think they'll be okay. The rest of the games don't even matter.
Yeah,
And
except for the games that they're playing against the Detroit Pistons as they lost again for the 3rd time, season sweep to Dwayne Casey's DetroitIstons in a very karma
They're gonna lose to the Pistons.
sort of way. That would be a
We talk
storyline.
about hockey yet?
No, we haven't. We'll
What?
save that. We'll save that for the second half.
about basketball.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about hockey playoff run too. Go
But
ahead.
I just that seems to like Dwayne Casey definitely has their number. There's something going on. Yeah, people are saying okay, they missed Kawhi 1 game, Van Vliet another game. Yeah, but listen, you don't lose to when you're the Raptors and as great of a team as they are. You can lose once or twice, and losing all 3 games to them. Yes, they've all been close, but you still lost, and that's something that's definitely interesting. But it seems like Toronto is going to be locked up in that number 2 spot. Right now, the Pistons are actually looking like they might end up in the 6th spot, so the Raptors might dodge them.
That'd be good.
And the Raptors looking like they might get the Brooklyn Nets. So whatever team they
Good
get,
matchup.
they should 100% win
Raptors
that
got
series.
73 points in the first half.
Against the Knicks tonight?
Against the Knicks tonight. 73.
Wow.
In the first half.
Without Kawhi.
Without Kawhi.
Did was Ibaka back tonight?
Let's have a look.
Or
Jamie.
I think this might have been his last game.
No,
Suspension.
this was his last game.
Yeah.
Siakam 19 points. Jeremy Lin 20 points. Garbage points probably.
Yeah, garbage time. That's okay.
Yeah, like, see, if they play Brooklyn's 500 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? They have almost more than
That's
20
the thing, T.
wins.
In the NBA, there's
20
a big
more
discrepancy.
20 more wins almost.
Yeah, there's a big discrepancy when it comes to top teams in the NBA versus the 6 to 8
It's crazy.
team, rather
Yeah.
than
Especially
I
in
think
the
NHL,
East.
It's
Especially
a
in the
little
East.
bit, it's a little bit closer together.
In the East, you'll get teams that finish even sometimes a game under 500, and they'll finish 7 or 8.
There you go.
Oh
It's,
yeah, Miami has got 33 wins, 36 losses. They're in the 8th spot.
And then there you go. Oh yeah, that's more so in the East. I don't know how the West is on the 7 and 8 spots, but yeah, it's gonna be this NBA playoffs is gonna be something special. Watching Antetokounmpo do his thing and that Milwaukee Bucks team that looks very scary. He just dropped 52, I believe, the other night against the
Bucks
76ers.
is where it's going to stop again.
Yeah.
Can't believe
Is that where the
man.
Buck is gonna stop?
The Buck's going to
stops
stop
here?
at the Buck. You think
Buck
that's
stops
got to
here?
be a slogan?
100% it is. I've seen it there.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
I've seen it there. They might not because it's kind of corny, but someone in Milwaukee does.
If
that.
they were the Carolina Hurricanes, they would do it because the Carolina Hurricanes are corny. That's something that they would like.
I don't
embrace.
mind that anymore now. I think
No, I
they
hate
picked
it.
up the celebrations, and I like it.
Now you like it.
Yeah, now I like it.
Did you hate it before?
I didn't mind it before.
No,
I
you
thought
like
it was corny.
Indifferent?
I don't think it's corny anymore now
I do. I don't like it.
because they're doing all interesting things now.
I
Too
just
choreographed.
I
There's
just
stuff
don't
that's
watch
not
it. Like just
choreographed.
don't if you don't like it, don't watch it.
The
Yeah.
the clap,
don't look
the
at it.
scroll clap was I didn't like that. 'Cause
That I
that's
still
weird.
don't like.
No, no one should do that but Iceland.
Right.
Yeah, we said Iceland and maybe the Vikings. The
The
Minnesota,
Minnesota Vikings. 'cause
Yes,
that's
that's
something
fine.
the Vikings do.
Right.
Vikings. They are literally Vikings.
Right.
They're literally they get paid
To do that.
and their checks say Vikings on them.
They are a Viking.
Okay.
But okay,
They
so
can
yeah,
do that too.
I think that's all I
Yeah,
got
school, I
for.
don't like that at all. No, school.
The other ones are good. They did the curling. I like that.
That's fine.
But
They
fine.
did a curling one.
Yeah, the Batista bat flip. I like that.
The bat flip, baseball.
I don't know, man. I don't think you can convince me. I just,
I'm not trying to convince you.
you should be.
If the Leafs did it, would you like it?
I was just going to bring that up. I think if it where it is now, I would have. I think I would have liked it the same way. I wouldn't have liked
You
it at
would've
the
liked
beginning.
it at first,
but
and it
now,
would've grown
depends
on
what
you.
you're doing.
The Leafs would never do that.
No other team is going to do that. Maybe Phoenix, but no other team is going to do that.
Florida, yeah, one of those. Teams.
No other team's going to do that.
Might see some of those
Next year?
Southerns
Yeah.
start to do something
Yeah.
like that.
And then they have comps. They have judges, competitions on their after.
Do you-
game.
This isn't a cheerleading contest.
Do you think-
Apparently it is.
Do you think they do it in the playoffs if they make the playoffs?
Yeah, of course they
Do
do.
you think they do it after wins?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have to keep doing whatever they've been doing.
Yeah. I heard Justin Williams on TSN. They had him on and they were talking about this. So he started this whole thing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm okay with it then.
He's one of the guys that started it. And
If anybody's going to start it and it being okay, it would
apparently it has to go through him. He okays the
be the
celebration.
celebration.
All of them?
Yeah. He said there's been some ones that have been way better, but they haven't done it because that night they haven't won.
Oh.
So they do if they don't use the same one.
Fresh ones every night.
Fresh ones every night. So if they lose, that one's done. They don't do it again.
That makes sense. See?
They
That
change
makes
something
sense,
else.
Jay.
See? Did I convince you yet?
Yeah, I guess so. That's pretty cool.
Hey, I hate it at
I
the
like
beginning
the
too.
fact that
That's
it goes
until you
through.
do that. Why didn't you tell me that at the beginning?
Wow, I have to tell you.
I like the fact that it goes through Justin Williams.
Yeah.
I like that there's like a hierarchy. Like you
Yeah.
can't just show up on the ice and do something
That's
stupid.
what he said. He's like, yeah,
I
there was
like
a few
that.
ones that he had to kibosh and say,
Yeah.
we're not doing this.
Yeah. Well, good.
Not everything goes.
I don't know what he was thinking about the Duck Duck Goose one.
That's what he
I
said.
don't
It
know
was
why he let
early.
that one. Yeah,
I hate the Duck Duck.
he should have he
forgot
made a
about that
mistake on that one.
Yeah.
That's the one that makes me hate it.
Well,
That
that's what
is
they
the
said.
one.
They said at the beginning they did these ones. They didn't think it was going to
The
catch
bowling
on.
ball one too pissed me off. The human pins.
I don't mind that.
That one pissed me off.
I'd be the guy that's wild.
Yeah, that one pissed me off.
There's no difference than what they're doing.
That
Then
pissed me off too.
there's no difference in what they're doing than baseball players going crazy at home plate after a walk off.
I don't like that either.
No, see, I like that.
That I
I like that.
I
like
don't think
the celebration.
I don't think on a regular season game, if you walk it off, go crazy, whatever, have fun, but you don't need to mob the guy and create a whole.
No, wait for him at the dugout. Let him run the
The
bases.
Jays
wait
do
for him
that.
at
Yeah.
The Jays would rip the jersey
Yeah,
the guy and rip the
that's
jersey
weird.
off and give him
Too much.
uppercuts.
It's too much, man.
Game
Not for-
47 of 162
That's what I mean.
game
Not for a
year.
regular season when you don't do that. I think.
Wow,
I
they're
think.
all
Maybe
doing
it depends
it.
on maybe it depends on the way. I mean, it's always going to be a walk. You come back from like 7 down, and then
Yeah.
it's a walk off. Then okay, maybe
See, in baseball's different
2 or
because
3 a year, but not every time.
Yeah.
at baseball's different because you never know the game is ended by a play.
Yeah,
No other sports is like that. It's all timed,
that's right.
right? Major sports. I mean, golf, tennis, ones like
Lots
that.
of sports that aren't timed. Eh?
Well, I'm
Polo.
talking about the major
Polo's
sports,
timed. Yeah,
right? The 4 major sports aren't. Baseball's the only one that's timed. So you don't know when it's going to actually end until
that's right.
the play finishes it off. So that's why they go crazy. But I'm okay with Carolina. Why don't we take a break and come back to hockey?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll do some hockey and we'll wrap up with some NFL and we'll dabble in a little March Madness.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna do a bracket.
March
We're gonna
Madness,
do a bracket.
we'll do up a bracket.
How are we gonna do a
Go
bracket?
through the games.
We're gonna go on ESPN. I have it up, and we're gonna do a bracket.
Okay, so
each.
why don't we do a bracket together? You vote on it. 2v1.
No, that's stupid.
The way to do it.
It's not three people don't do one bracket. Everyone does their own.
So how are we gonna do a bracket each?
Go
We're gonna
on
do a bracket
to
each. We're just gonna name the teams that we pick.
Go on to ESPN. Go under Tournament Challenge.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
And pick
I
your
know
team.
how to do it. T. I
Yeah,
just
we're
don't
gonna
wanna
we're gonna.
do my own. I want to do one as Red Leaf Sports.
Okay, fine.
How are we gonna do that?
Everyone
though?
picks a game.
And we
Everyone picks a
rotate,
game. We
picks a
rotate.
game?
We rotate.
Right? Don't you think that would be better in the podcast format?
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
it's easier,
yeah.
it's easier
Okay.
to talk
If we rotate,
that.
that makes sense. If we rotate, pick each game.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. Perfect.
Who's gonna do it?
So-
who wants to keep note?
We're gonna
T's
do
got
it
it.
on- I
T's
got
got
it
it lined up,
already.
ready to rock and roll.
You know what? I'm gonna do a bracket on mine. The same.
Okay, so we're gonna take let's take a quick little break, and like I said, we'll jump in with some hockey after the break, some NFL, and we'll do up our March Madness bracket. So hang tight. We'll be back in a few seconds. You're listening to the Red Leaf Sports Podcast. All right, welcome back to episode 25 of the Red Leaf Sports Podcast. Jumping into the second half of the show. And as we mentioned, we're going to lead off this second half with some NHL talk as we dabbled in a little bit before the break. But we'll start off here with the local hometown team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Guys, a bit of a stumbling block, I guess you
going to
could
talk
say.
about the local Richmond Hill Raiders team.
Oh, the local, yeah.
Jay.
Yeah, if we're going very local. But no, the Toronto Maple Leafs going through some adversity, I guess you can call it, over the last, week and a bit.
2 full games.
So been only
Four.
2. Yeah.
3.
Well,
Okay.
Let's settle at 3.
if you're not going by a win and loss base, it could be up to about the last 4 or 5 games.
4 even.
The game,
7-6.
yeah,
The
it's
goals against have been
the defensive
a
struggles.
disaster.
Killed against Tampa. Okay,
losing-
it's Tampa. Beat against Chicago. You can't lose to Chicago like that.
Well, you can't show up in the third period
No.
and expect to win games in the NHL.
Right.
And
Defense is
losing to
definitely
the
struggling.
Senators.
Their defensive game is a disaster right now.
got injuries. They got Dermott, and that shows
Yes,
how big of
yeah.
a pieces they are.
Okay. So 2 of their better defensemen are out, sure. But still, as a team, you got to play better.
Absolutely, you have to play
Your
better.
whole defensive scheme has to be better, playing against teams like that.
And
you could say Chicago, okay, they're fighting for a playoff spot. And they...
All the teams are fighting for home field, ice advantage.
I know. The last 2 months, Chicago has been really turning it on.
They've been on fire.
They've been playing well, but still.
They're playing hungry teams right now, where the Leafs are kind of in that same spot.
But they have to play hungry as well. Listen, it's been a while since I could say I'm comfortable that the Leafs are comfortable in a playoff spot with 15, 20 games, 10 games left in a long time. We've been able to say that in like 15 years. Oh, okay.
True.
The Leafs are in the playoffs with 10, 15 games
You
left.
said it a little bit last year, but this year, going into the year at the beginning
You
of
knew
the
it
year,
was going to be second and third,
Yeah.
Boston and Toronto,
Yeah.
and they were going to play each other. You knew
this
that.
was going to be the outcome from the beginning
exactly.
of the year.
It was
other
just
than the Islanders in the other division being that good. But in the Atlantic, that's the outcome. Tampa's
Right.
going to win. Boston, Toronto.
Second,
Second,
third. Yep.
right. So you know you're playing a Boston team going into the playoffs. Yeah, you got to play better. You got to play better.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. They haven't been playing with that hunger. They're kind of taking
Sparks said they
periods
need more,
off.
what did Sparks say? They need more
They just got to be a little bit more aggressive.
heart, more passion, more.
And
they
guys,
gotta care more.
let's not forget, Anderson has carried this team through some big stretches.
And it's also going to be a while to you said that 2 Leaf players are going to be nominated for awards at the end of the season, with Riley and probably Anderson being one of the top 3 or 4 for the Vezina.
Yeah.
No, I think so. He'll be at least top 5 in voting.
Yeah,
And I think Riley's going to be in the top 3. He has to. He's leading the league in goals.
yeah, and points.
He's leading the league
In points.
and goals as a defenseman.
That's defenseman.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up here.
Goals
right
for
now.
sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Goals,
going to pull it up.
goals for sure. He's got 20 goals. He's got 5 more than the next defenseman. I don't know who it is. I think Burns maybe.
Senior Burns?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a bright spot there. Yeah, once they get those guys back, I don't think Gardner's coming back till the first or second round of the playoffs anyways.
Yeah.
Listen, Boston went on
You're
that.
right. He's hurt. They're not.
Boston went on that 18-game point streak, and then fittingly lost 3 in a row right after it.
Right.
So, and they went through their injuries. Same thing. They've lost almost half of their D-core for a few games, having to call up. I think they had the game against Winnipeg. They must have had maybe 4 or 5 AHLers in their lineup. So, teams are going through shit right now at this time of year.
Yep.
There's also the whole factor of just kind of being, a little bit lackadaisical, being in a position where, you're playing against teams that are starving for a playoff spot. And we saw that with Chicago. We saw that with Philly. But, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, like these teams are already in the playoffs.
Brett Burns has 6 more points than Morgan Riley.
Okay. What about goals?
Morgan Riley has the most goals.
Okay.
By
So he's first in goals and second in points.
5. Letang has 15. He's got 20.
So he's first in goals and second in points. He's
Yeah.
a defenseman.
First in goals, second in points. He's got to have a luck, right?
Of course. He's
No,
gotta
he'll
have a
get
luck.
votes.
Like
He'll
Burns-
finish top 3
Burns is
votes
first
for
in
sure.
points, but 10th in goals.
Right.
Well, tied for 5th or whatever. But he's down there.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm sure the Leafs will get back in order in due time. 10 games left to
Well,
go.
I think if you're going to
They
have a
have to, or
slump...
else they're done.
Yeah, if you're going to have a slump, now's a good time to have a slump. Number 1.
It's cutting
silver
it
lining.
close. It's cutting it close.
But after they lost to Ottawa on Saturday night, I was just like, okay, well...
That's a no excuse.
And then Boston just wins. What was that, Sunday they won?
Sunday they won in overtime when Marchand did the
McGregor.
the famous McGregor celebration. That
So, Leafs lose Saturday night. Boston wins like that on Sunday. It's like, oh, God. It's just like...
Well, even when Boston was
It's
losing.
done. It's done already, the series.
Well, those 3-4 games, Boston lost, Toronto lost.
yeah, Toronto didn't
won,
gain any ground.
Boston
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Boston won, Toronto lost.
That
Tampa
was the
just
Leafs
keeps
moment
winning.
right there.
Yeah.
Those 3-game losing
Right.
stretch. But yeah, the Bruins have gone through some injuries of their own. They are supposed to get Pasternak back this week.
He skated today.
Yeah, he might. He should be in the lineup tomorrow night, so that's something to keep a close eye on.
Tampa has clinched the President's Trophy.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. They have clinched the President's Trophy with 9 games left to go in the season.
Everybody else has 10 games, Jay. These guys are at least 20 points ahead of the next best team.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, we've pumped their tires all season long, so there's nothing new coming from Tampa Bay. The Metropolitan Division is still just as tight as it was, it seems, a month ago.
Yeah.
The Islanders, Capitals, and Penguins all within 3 points of each other. And then the Hurricanes and Columbus Blue Jackets rounding off that division in the 2 wild card spots.
Crazy,
85 and 84 points.
Montreal from the Atlantic.
Montreal
Buffalo had a sniff
seems to have
at the beginning of the year.
Pretty much looks like they're on their way down. The Flyers were just about there and then lost some heartbreakers, as we mentioned, one of them to the Leafs. So they're 6 points out back with 10 games, and that is literally almost impossible to recover from.
Big hill to climb.
That it looks like the playoffs are set. It's just positions now.
You're asking Columbus to lose 4 or 5 games for that to happen, for Philly to make it in. Columbus has to lose.
No, minimum, Al. They'd have
games.
to lose 10 games, 4 or 5 games in a row,
and Philly would have to win out.
Yeah,
almost.
They'd have to go on a 5-game winning streak. Yeah. So I think the playoffs are the teams are set. It's just jockeying for positions now. So it'll be interesting to see the way it lines up right now. The Lightning would be playing the Blue Jackets. That would be probably a clean sweep. And Lightning, the Islanders and Hurricanes, which no
Islander Hurricane would be kind of a cool series. I think the Islanders
Gary Bettman would not like that for the TV ratings, that series. But Washington Pitt, that would make up for
that would
Boston Toronto
and Boston and Toronto.
Hello. You almost want the other series to be duds.
Yeah.
To focus on the Washington Pittsburgh Boston Toronto series.
Uh-huh.
What would the series look like if they finish in the West now? Winnipeg, Dallas in the first round,
and
Calgary, Arizona.
But that's still tight. We got Minnesota
Very
1
tight.
point back, and the
Colorado's
Avalanche 4, and the Blackhawks 5. So even with the Blackhawks 2, they're coming on, but it's a little too late.
Yeah, they're losing tonight too.
Our second game of the night, losing to the Vancouver Canucks 2-1. 14
Nashville, St. Louis, San Jose, Vegas. That's
San Jose Vegas.
San Jose Vegas is pretty much locked up.
Yeah,
that's a
nice
guarantee. And Nashville,
not necessarily a guarantee. San Jose can jump ahead of Calgary very easily.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. They're only 1 point back
Calgary,
there.
Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, the West is going to be some heavy series going on, and
jockeying for spots too, though.
Some great hockey coming up. Can't wait. Our favorite time of the year, the NHL playoffs.
It's April. April's amazing. April and October. Right?
Yeah, those are the two best months.
I think we talked about this in October.
In October, yeah.
What do you like better, April or October?
I want to know what I said back then.
So, yeah.
I probably said October back then because we were in October and I was excited for stuff that's going on.
Football, NHL, NBA, baseball playoffs.
All starting, baseball playoffs.
Now it's the reverse. You get the
no NFL though in this scenario.
Yeah, you're missing out on the NFL.
There you go. There's your answer.
So October. No, but I think we said Masters.
Masters.
The Masters.
That was a big one.
Masters is in there.
Oh my God, that's true. F1 starting
because
now.
You're getting
F1 starting now.
Yeah,
March Madness.
March Madness, which we're going to touch on. That's in April.
Pretty much.
Does it leak? It leaks into maybe the first week.
First week of April.
The first Monday of April.
Close enough.
It still counts.
Finishes 2 weeks before the Masters.
That's the final, the championship game.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, there's big times ahead for the NHL playoffs, and I'm sure we'll do a nice playoff preview when the time comes.
Absolutely, I think they're gonna have that Monday off where everything's gonna be set.
They usually get started on the Wednesday. They'll finish their games on the Saturday or Sunday, and then the following week they'll start the first playoff matchup on the Wednesday. Yeah, they'll do
So
that.
yeah, there won't be anything on that first Monday that we can have a nice preview.
That'll be the night, right? The day after
Then we
the
can
final
have our
season
Stanley
ends.
Cup predictions.
Yep.
Everybody's just going to
See if they match the same from our cup predictions from the beginning of the
I
year.
think they did. I don't know. I might have picked San Jose.
I think I picked Tampa and San Jose
Pick
in the
Tampa.
final.
I picked Tampa, Winnipeg.
Tampa, Winnipeg. Maybe I might have picked Winnipeg too. I don't know.
Well, we can always go back.
Yeah, we can always go back and find that one.
Absolutely.
Maybe one of our hardcore fans will call in and give us our
Give us a heads up on
Heads
what
up.
episode it was. All right. So anything
Tweet
else? Anything else for NHL guys? Are you good with it?
No, it's kind of just like now we're just waiting. For
Now
the next
waiting
2
for-
weeks
yeah,
to
exactly,
be over.
yeah. Waiting for the prime time to begin. So
Well, yeah, let's just well, especially because it's been set for so long.
Yeah.
Like Boston, Toronto. It's like, okay, let's just play. Let's just play the series, get it over with.
third time in 7 years. So that'll
Okay.
be interesting. Yep.
I'm done with
I'm
this
sure we'll
regular
get
season.
along just great during that playoff round.
Well, we don't usually talk, but we will have to.
I
now
know. I don't know how I'm
in the
gonna do
podcast,
this.
which is gonna be
My-
fun.
My
What if the game of the night one night is we're doing a watch party if that happens. We said that.
we'll see how focused I'll be
Everybody
on the
has to wear a
podcast
watch.
side of things. But I can't promise my full attention that podcast.
Yeah. So what? Mine too.
It's gonna be 3 hours of radio silence.
That's why we have to
and
label
yelling and cheering,
We have to label it a watch
Watch
party.
party.
Expect.
We
It's
can just go during intermission,
or do intermissions.
not a bad idea.
like a panel.
Yeah, like an intermission panel. Yeah, I like that idea. Not a bad idea, T.
Yeah, it's good. Intermission
Sometimes I'm
panel.
okay.
We'll do, and then it'll come out the next day, so it'll be funny to have that insight the next day because
The next
everybody's
day.
gonna be fresh.
All right, let's jump on to some NFL. Big signings and trades going on
Let's just touch on the NFL.
with
Jim.
free. Yeah, just a quick touch. Obviously,
What
the
about
two big
the
stories.
free
The Antonio Brown. We have to talk about
You want
that.
to talk about Antonio Brown?
Oh, yeah. I
and
forgot.
Odell Beckham Jr., which caught everyone off guard.
I don't
and
understand what happened there.
blindsided everyone. The best is the videos of the owner, the New York Giants owner. There's about 3 or 4 videos in the last 6 or 8 months
Yeah.
of him saying, we didn't sign Odell Beckham Jr. to trade him. We didn't sign Odell to trade him. He is a New York Giant. And there's literally 3 or 4 videos of him
These
saying
guys
that.
don't care though. They don't care.
Months later, he's gone. It's just fun. It's hilarious that,
Yeah.
and they even get pissed at the media
Yeah.
for the reporters for asking the question. But then 6 months later, you go and do exactly what they were asking you about.
We told you were gonna do this.
He doesn't.
That
yeah.
would be my first comment at the first press conference in the new season. We told you.
Yeah.
We tried telling you this is what you were doing.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to any of the reporters. He doesn't have to tell them the truth. He doesn't
doesn't.
have to say,
No.
"Oh, I'm that."
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
No, I know.
That guy does what he's told. His billionaire boss tells him to trade him so he could save some money or not have to pay him.
He is the
and
boss.
and draft some other guys.
But who are they gonna draft that's as good as him for the next 6 years? Doesn't make sense.
I know, but with 2 picks, you can get 2 players that are more valuable to a game time than a wide receivers. That's how these guys look at it. I don't think they look at the actual player
You
and
don't
what he
think so?
could do. They look at if you can bring another player in that can make more of an impact to a game, a defensive player, make more of an impact, they'd rather go with him, I think.
Then a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you
New
just see
England's
the-
been doing it for years.
The
New
proof
England's
is
done
in the
it.
drafts, right?
Right.
The proof's in the high picks are linemen, defensive ends.
Right.
There's a lot of the high picks are
A
usually
running back
those
goes
positions.
and everyone's shocked. A
Right.
quarterback goes, everyone's shocked.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's true.
New England's been
You're
doing
right.
it for years. They just find guys in the draft, and if you're want too much money, they just let you go, and then they just go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All these guys are signing all these players. Bill Belichick was on vacation with his wife,
Yeah,
chilling
they
on
should-
a boat,
Well,
drinking
all this free
smoothies in
agency
Mexico.
craziness
All these
is
other
going
teams
on.
are going crazy trying to beat him. This guy's chilling on a beach, not giving a shit.
Yeah, but he's got his plan set out, I think.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to go crazy signing these guys for all this money.
That's right, you're right.
In all sports, they're starting to see that.
Yeah, they haven't really done anything.
They don't care who you are.
Yet.
As for the Antonio Brown thing, I'm happy that he's gone. I think he was just a sickness in the locker room.
Oh, it was definitely time to go. It was definitely time to go.
Time to leave. Greener pastures.
Well,
I don't know how he's going to do as a
know.
Raider. He's going to have a little bit of a different quarterback throwing to him, so I don't know how.
Well, a
good
lot
his
of a different
numbers
quarterback
would
throwing
really
to
be.
him. You're going from Ben Roethlisberger to Derek Carr. You gotta expect a drop off, but who knows?
Did you see that Instagram video when he goes to his house? It's
Oh,
so brutal.
to
So
me, David
awkward.
Carr. Yeah, it was really
It was
awkward.
really weird.
That was cringe-worthy, that
He went
video.
to Derek Carr's house?
Yeah,
Derek
knocked
Carr.
on his door. Like, it was obviously set up. They knew he was obviously
Yeah.
coming.
Hey,
So
bro.
man, come in. Tony
into
Brown's like,
my
hey. They hugged like 5 times at the front entrance.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I
and
gotta
it's,
watch- see how
it's
shit it is.
weird. Tony
It's so
Brown's in
shit.
this weird suit. He's in this weird suit with his hat on, pretending to be so happy that he's a Raider. Just happy he's not a Bill.
Yeah, he's so shit.
He's more happy that he's not a Bill than he is to be a Raider.
Yeah,
Yes.
he acts the apparently they had the deal in
Oh,
place
that's another
with
thing
the
that pisses
Bills.
me off. I don't think players should be able to say, no, I'm not going to show up. What do you mean? You're going to show up. That's your team.
Especially
I
if
know.
you ask to be traded.
There's
Yeah,
nothing.
you're going to go to where we go, where
Yeah.
we tell you to go.
Yeah.
Never mind this. And it showed because Pittsburgh only got a 3rd and 5th round because the Raiders like, he's only going to come here.
Yeah.
We're going to give you what we're going to give you.
Yeah.
That's it. Right?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the possible drop off.
Yeah, and that's how you have to look at it on both sides. So people will say it's the player; he's allowed to go wherever he wants. You're allowed to work wherever he wants. Why isn't he? It's because the other team that suffers.
He's allowed to work in the NFL. And under the umbrella of the NFL, I think if you get traded, then you got to go.
Yeah, you go there, you report, and then you tell the team after, release me. I'm not playing for you. But the other team that's trying to trade you, that you
Shouldn't
said
have to suffer.
You said exactly. You said to them, trade me. They're doing what you're
If
saying.
you want to be a loser when you get there.
That's it. They could just make you sit. Pittsburgh could have just made him
Oh,
sit
I would've
all year.
loved that.
They could have just made him sit,
I
but
would've loved
they
that.
traded him.
They couldn't have that storyline
No.
back-to-back years, though.
No.
No, it was a
If
mess. The
Levy,
whole locker room was a mess.
if Le'Veon Bell didn't happen last year,
And Le'Veon
I think
Bell? Oh.
I think 100% they would have let Antonio Brown sit
Le'Veon
this
Bell
year.
signed for what? 2 years with the Jets
3 years.
$14.5 million
per.
per.
So
he
he-
ended up getting, I think, it worked out to $2 million more
What? A year?
than if he would have stayed with if he would have signed the
Yeah,
contract.
too,
with
but he gave up a
Pittsburgh.
full year.
Well, no. He actually made an extra $30 million because it was 1 year at $14 million, franchised 1 year at $14 million. Then you don't know if you're going to get signed after again or how much money.
But he still wasted a year of his salary.
Yeah.
He got $0
Yeah,
last year.
yeah, but it was $14 million for 1 year, sat out the year, or now 3 years at $14 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
So he actually-
you're still losing $14 million.
Well, he gained an extra 30 though that he might not have had.
He gained an extra 30 that if he got hurt, you're saying
Exactly,
he might not have had.
he might not have had.
Yeah.
So
I still think he was asking for more from the Steelers. Like if he wanted to re-sign with the Steelers.
Yeah, no, he was. But I think
Right,
it was
so he ended up getting
based
less
on the
than what he was
original
asking for.
contract they offered him.
and he's going to a shittier team
Yeah, he's going to the New York Jets.
Yeah, like
which,
so bad.
because
I think
these
they
guys
found a tweet
won't.
where he said, "You couldn't pay me enough to play for the Jets."
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and
That's my.
there's always something they can.
you need
dig
more.
up.
Yeah, you need more. I need more than that to run with the Jets. It was
Something
60
like
million.
that,
Some
yeah.
guy said I'll give you 60 million, so he took
was a-
35.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Well,
it is.
Sid Cicero mentioned on the Tim and Sid show that he thinks, there's the rumblings of the collusion with the Colin Kaepernick situation between the owners.
Yeah,
He thinks there must have been something between the owners to not allow Le'Veon Bell to sit a year
Yeah.
and then get paid
Oh, of course.
that makes sense.
a large amount,
course.
because then what precedent does that set
so if
for
I sit
former
out, I'm gonna get whatever I want.
Yeah.
for players in the future
Can't have that.
to get
No,
away with that?
no.
So he thinks that and it was a good
That's a good
analogy.
point, yeah.
It's a good point, because you think about it, if he gets paid, that
If he's
could
making
become a problem.
$25 million a year after sitting out a year.
Yeah, it's a bad image for the league and for the teams. So I believe there's something there on that. But yeah, we wanted to touch a little bit on the NFL offseason as free agency started, and there's a whole bunch of other little kind of signings and things that took place. Teddy Bridgewater staying in New Orleans was a bit of a surprising move because it looked like he was going to get at least an opportunity to become a starting quarterback, maybe with someone like Miami.
Maybe they promised him a starting job in a year or so.
In a year from now, if Breeze retires, maybe after this year or next year. Yeah. What other? There was a few.
Odell.
There's a whole bunch. Yeah, no, like smaller signings. Cole Beasley went to the Bills, which you just look at him, he looks like a Buffalo Bill.
He does.
Yeah.
The name.
Yeah. What else was
stature.
there?
They're gonna love him there.
Yeah, there was some other little moves, but you can find it all obviously on ESPN or whatever, NFL.com. So
Cleveland's gonna be a team, man.
Cleveland will have to see. I mean, Kareem Hunt suspended the first 8 games, but they still got Nick Chubb and Duke Johnson, and then obviously the wide receiving threat of Landry and Odell Beckham. So that'll be with Mayfield at quarterback. Now's their time. If they mess this up, if the Cleveland Browns mess this up,
then everyone should be done.
So what's messed up? Do you think they're gonna win the Super Bowl? Do you think
make the playoffs.
I think
or
10 wins and a
get to
playoff
around 9-10 wins.
Make the playoffs.
Yeah. If you're winning 9-10 games, you're
goal,
making the playoffs.
You got to start with making the playoffs. Yeah.
Obviously. But it'll be interesting to see that storyline unfold this year as well. But let's, before we wrap up this edition of the Red Leaf Sports Podcast, we have the March Madness, an awesome time of year, coming up this Thursday, getting started, and we're going to do our own collective Red Leaf Sports tournament bracket, and we're going to alternate. We'll go through all the games, and we'll pick winners, and we'll alternate.
Now we're basing
picks.
this on I'm not great at I don't know too much. About
I don't know anything.
T doesn't know anything. J knows some. So me and T are just based on rankings and what we've kind of heard.
Okay, we're not the only ones.
Here's my knowledge.
I know some.
Here's my knowledge. I'm a Gonzaga Bulldogs fan. That's what I like to tell people.
You have a team.
But I literally.
So we're gonna get pissed at people with big bad picks.
I only watch Gonzaga games once March Madness starts. So I call myself a Gonzaga Bulldog fan, but I only watch the games.
You have a sweater.
I have a sweater. I used to have a jersey. Don't know where it went.
They're number one.
Number one ranked. T. Number one in the West.
Where are they here?
They're in the West
sorry.
thing.
There's
I
more.
didn't
Scroll
scroll down.
Okay, so which region do you want to start? Go to the top left. We'll start with
Start with
the East.
Start with Duke East.
Okay.
So what's the order? T pick, then Al, then me.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick in this first game.
7? How many games are there? Why are we picking the number 7?
What do you mean 7?
Well, we're gonna rotate.
Rotate.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that better. Yeah.
Well, what's 7?
Go.
Okay, so this is the first game in these. Duke against the winner of in the play-in game.
Do you have the seeds up there too, or no?
I have
1
the seeds.
1 and 16.
Okay, so I'm picking Duke here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No brainer.
Go ahead, Jay.
Next game is what?
Is VCU?
Well, this is me. VCU versus
it's you, Al.
UCF.
8 versus 9.
8 versus 9.
Ooh.
This guy's doing research. Come on,
I
Al.
just pick a team, man.
UCF.
Going with
is
UCF.
that you, Central Florida? Is that?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, let's go with them.
So
I like them.
the next game in the East bracket is number 5 Mississippi State against number 12 Liberty. Ooh, usually these 12
that
teams
has an
are
upset written all over.
Liberty, Lady Lib, named after.
Let's go upset here, guys. I like that 12 upset 5.
Wow.
I like the upset on the 12 seed.
Okay, T-Bone.
I want to take this upset again because I
St. Louis.
yeah, I like it. But
Against Virginia
Tech?
Tech.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
No, I'm gonna take Virginia Tech.
All right. Virginia Tech.
Okay, this is another playing game.
So this is me. Oh, okay, Maryland against the playing team winner. I'm gonna pick Maryland. Let's not even.
6-11.
Maryland should beat a
The
team.
Terrapins of
Maryland should beat at 6. Should beat the team that gets a play-in.
But that's also a prime upset spot, the 6 and 11.
Well, guess what, Jay?
No,
in my
hey,
situation here, we're doing Maryland.
You do you. I'm going to take
I do us.
LSU against Yale, number 3 against 14. I'm going to go with LSU.
Okay, good. Ivy League is shut down there.
My turn?
Yep. Louisville at 7,
I'm
Minnesota
gonna go
10.
Minnesota. I'm going to take the upset.
Wow.
This has
Minnesota.
upset written all
Yeah.
over. I was happy I got this one to pick.
Our buddy
Good.
Anth Celebre, Louisville
Alumnus.
alumnus,
Sorry,
is
bud.
not going to be happy about
Sorry,
that
buddy.
pick.
Alumnist.
Go ahead, Al. Isn't this one of your teams here?
No, Michigan State against Bradley at 2 to 15 game. I'm going to go Michigan State.
Bradley, one year they were an upset team. They upset someone, but I can't remember.
Okay, you know what? We
was
should
on
go
that year.
west next because
We'll
it's
go
Jay's
west.
turn.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs in the playoff game. Obviously, I'll take the number 1 seed. Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Bingo! Okay, T-Bone. This is my team.
Oh, that's right.
This is my team.
9 versus.
Those are tough ones.
Oh, I hope I get this game. I hope I get this game. If he picks this, I'm going to snag you.
I'm going to go Syracuse here.
Syracuse against Baylor.
Good choice. I don't know why Syracuse is my basketball college team, but they are. Marquette, Murray State. I'm going to go Marquette because 5-12 game. Marquette, I think, is going to win that.
Number 4, Florida State against number 13, Vermont. I'm going to go with the Florida State.
Alrighty. Perfect.
I'm up.
You're up.
I'm going to go with the winner of the playoff game here over Buffalo.
Ooh, upset city.
Upset City.
Hold on.
Because that's going to happen, and everyone's bracket's going to be messed up except for ours, guys.
Busted. You're not picking Buffalo?
No.
Down the road, ASU.
11-6. I like
It's
that.
Arizona State.
Like that. Next one, Al.
Next one's Texas. 3 against 14. Texas Tech against Northern Kentucky. I gotta go Texas Tech at the 3 hole.
Yep.
I think they're gonna beat the Kentucky team from Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky. Nevada, number 7, up against number 10, the Florida Gators. I'm going to go the Florida Gators here. A slight upset.
Good.
10
Okay, I
versus
like that.
7.
I don't hate that. So far, I haven't picked an upset yet.
Anth, you're up.
Michigan and Montana.
Michigan at 2, Montana at 15.
Yeah. I'm going to go Montana there. I'm going to take that
Huge.
upset.
That's a huge upset.
Huge upset. And
Because
we've
it's
been
gonna
seeing
happen.
Pick
them.
a Michigan for sure.
We've
I
been
know you
seeing
would have.
those.
Okay. Well, I took
No, hey,
Montana.
took Montana. It is what it is.
Scroll.
Slide over. Just slide
so
right over.
that was the
Kentucky,
West.
Abil Christian.
Which division is this?
The division is
Which region?
Midwest.
Midwest region.
Kentucky.
And we'll start at the bottom.
Okay.
Kentucky against Abil Christian. Kentucky at 2 versus 15. My turn. I pick Kentucky. Now you got 7 Wofford against Seton Hall 10.
I'm going to go with my boys from Seton Hall, another 10 seed.
Okay, nice.
You love your 10 seeds. Okay. Houston, Georgia State. Houston's at 3, Georgia State 14. Tebow.
I'm going to go Houston there.
Okay. I like that. I like that pick. And in the next one, I'm going to go, so it's Iowa State at 6 against Ohio State. At 11, I'm going Ohio State there with the upset.
Buckeyes?
I like the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to see them do well.
Pick based just on the team and
Just like 'em.
just knowing who the Ohio
I
State
don't know.
Buckeyes
You don't know
are.
Iowa State?
Yeah,
Iowa
I
State's
know.
a team.
They are a good team.
They're ranked higher. Kansas at 4, Northeastern at 13.
I'll go with the boys from Kansas, Jayhawks.
Wow, you're not picking an upset. Interesting.
No, the
Tebow.
Jayhawks show up.
Auburn. I'm going to go easy here.
Auburn 5 over 12, New Mexico.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
Mexico. New.
Utah State against Washington Huskies. I'm gonna take Huskies with a little upset, 9
Nice.
over 8. Take the Huskies.
And I'll go with obvious North Carolina.
North Carolina against 16 Iona.
And the last region is
South, I believe. South.
the
Yeah.
South.
And we're gonna start with number 2 Tennessee against 15 Colgate. T-Bone.
I'm going to go Tennessee.
Yep.
I like that pick. I'm gonna take the Bearcats at 7 over Iowa at 10. I don't like Iowa teams.
I am gonna go with Purdue at number 3,
Against Old Dominion at
Old
14.
Dominion, which is also, I believe, had an upset one year.
Okay.
For me, I'm gonna go
Villanova 6, 11 St. Mary's.
I'm gonna go Villanova. I like them.
Villanova.
Yep. I want the next one.
Always a staple team.
14 Kansas State against 13 UC Irvine. Oh, what do we do on that one? It smells like an upset.
It does.
13's got to be the 4, right? Do we have that yet? I'm going to pick Irvine.
Right.
UC Irvine. Yeah, fuck it.
Let's go back-to-back upsets here.
Yes,
I'm going to take number 12, the Oregon Ducks against
Me too. Good.
the
That's the for
5
sure
seed
loss.
Wisconsin, which
For
is
sure
a good team, so that's going to be a huge upset if that does happen.
So we're gonna have a 12-13 in the next, right? In the next 12v13 in the next bracket. T 8 Ole Miss against 9 Oklahoma. Ole Miss, and then I got number 1 Virginia at 16 Gardner Webb. I think things are gonna be fairly calm this year, rather than a 16 beating a 1. So I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, that already happened.
I'm gonna pick Virginia.
Okay.
So let's jump to the round of 32 in the East. My pick, so it's Duke up against UCF. I'll take Duke to win that game as well.
I like that.
Next game.
T-Bone 12 Liberty versus 4 Virginia Tech.
I'm gonna stay on the Liberty there.
Wow, Lady Lim.
That's
No.
Ant's
No, you're not?
Cinderella team this year.
Yeah, let's stay with them.
Wow.
Okay.
Cinderella team.
I don't hate that too. I kind of hate it, but I don't hate it. Maryland 6 over LSU. I'm going Maryland. That's a little bit of an upset.
Okay. Next one is number 10 seed Minnesota at number 2 Michigan State. I'm going to go with the state. I'll go with Michigan State.
Michigan State, eh? Okay. Not. That's They're ranked second. I think we're okay with that pick.
Yeah.
So now, T-Bone
Nice.
Gonzaga against Syracuse. Jay's team against my team. 1 Gonzaga versus 8th Syracuse.
I'm gonna go Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
The Bulldogs.
I don't. You know what? As much
Canadian
as Syracuse
boys.
is my team, and I want them to win that game for sure. I think Gonzaga's a smarter pick. I get Marquette against Florida State. I'm gonna go with the 4 seed over the 5th seed with Florida State.
Next one is the play-in game.
I'm gonna say that's ASU.
ASU
Sure.
versus number 3 Texas Tech. I'll take Texas Tech on that one.
Texas
Play
Tech
it safe.
beats the surprise play-in team winner. Florida against Montana for Tonines. Florida's 10, Montana's 15.
Florida.
Take Florida.
The Gators.
Nice little game there. Okay, now we got in the Midwest region, Seton Hall versus Kentucky. I'm going to stick with Kentucky, stick with the 2 seed there over the 10. And then in the next game, 11 Ohio State, Houston at the 3 seed.
3 seed. Let's ride Ohio State.
Wow.
Let's ride the Buckeyes.
Nice.
We got a Cinderella team in this section of the bracket as well. Kansas 4, Auburn 5.
Auburn.
You're taking Auburn over Kansas. I don't hate that. And I'll take the 1 seed North Carolina over Washington at number 9. So now we got the South bracket, south side of the bracket, and we got Cincinnati 7 against 2 Tennessee. What do you got, Jay?
Let's go with the favorite in this one. Let's go with Tennessee
Tennessee.
against Cincinnati.
Tennessee against Cincinnati. And then 6 Villanova against 3 Purdue. T.
Villanova.
You like Villanova,
I do.
Okay, now we got 12 Oregon against 13 UC Irvine. That's my game there. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with the Ducks. Oregon Ducks.
Riding the Ducks.
Actually, let me just do a quick little research. Nope, changing it. Going to UC Irvine.
Oh wow!
Yeah, with a little research.
I'd love to know your.
And I'll go.
You see how fast I did
I
that
know.
research?
I'm gonna go Virginia over Ole Miss. Ride that
Virginia, I
one
know you
seed.
guys don't like the Ducks. Me not calling the Ducks. Anyway, back to the East. We are now in the Sweet 16. Duke 1 against Liberty 12. That would be.
Ant gonna ride his Cinderella team.
Unfortunately, it comes
This
to
comes to an end
here.
against Zion and
Comes to
RJ
an
Barrett.
end with Duke going through.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna go. Oh boy, it's Maryland at 6 against Michigan State at Number 2. I'm going to go Maryland in that game against a tough Michigan State team. But you know what? You got to live your life and take some chances.
Oh, and look who I get. I'm going to go my boys from Gonzaga over Florida State in the Sweet 16.
Texas Tech at 3, Florida at 10. T, who are you taking there?
Texas. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, Texas.
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 seed, yeah.
Yeah, why
Florida
not?
Gators will end their ride there.
Okay, now we're swinging over to the Midwest, and it's an Ohio State-Kentucky battle. 11, Ohio State, 2, Kentucky, and I'm gonna go Kentucky there. The 2 seed gets in, where they should be slotted. Jason, North Carolina 1 at Auburn 5.
I'll ride the Tar Heels here as well.
Yeah.
They got
Tar Heels. See, it's gonna start getting difficult in the Elite 8 that's coming up next. Villanova T against Tennessee. I know who you're gonna pick there.
I'm keeping Villanova.
I knew it.
Villanova.
And guess where I'm keeping? Because I get to pick the Virginia UC Irvine game.
Oh, don't. That's not a chance, man. Come on.
I gotta go Virginia. 1v6 in that bracket. So we got 2 1v6s at the top of the bracket. And at the bottom of the bracket, we ended up with a 1v2 and a 1v3. Okay.
not bad.
It's not bad.
All the
Not
ones
bad.
get in. All the ones get in. So now we're going to the old Elite 8, and we got Duke at 1 against Maryland. At 6.
I gotta take Duke here. I want to pick against them, but I can't.
Duke it is, and then the West, we're coming out Gonzaga or Texas Tech. T.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga's going through for you there. I'm gonna take Kentucky over the Tar Heels. In the other
Kentucky,
bracket,
big win
on the
there.
other side of the bracket, and you got Virginia against Villanova, Jay.
You know what, Ant? Let's ride Villanova.
Oh, yeah.
buddy. All the
When
way.
they're a 6 seed, we're not.
Yeah,
it's not a
it's not a
crazy ride.
crazy
They just
stretch.
won.
Crazy reach.
Didn't they win last year? The year before?
That's an almost
A 1
all-
seed has to lose.
It's almost
A
an
1
all
seed
blue
has to
symbol
lose.
Final 4 that we got. All blue symbols. Almost.
A 1 seed has to lose.
So we got 1v1 in Minnesota on April 6th for half of the Final 4. With Duke against Gonzaga, and then Villanova against Kentucky, a 6v2 on the other side.
There we go.
It's my turn to pick Duke over Gonzaga, and I will pick Duke over Gonzaga. Jay, you'd agree with that. Use your head, man.
I know.
And now it's Jay's turn to pick the other final.
I think this is where I'm going to end Villanova's magical ride at.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Kentucky here
Okay.
against...
Kentucky against Duke.
and that sets
That's our
you up,
final.
Ant, for you're the final
You
pick.
picked the final?
Kentucky,
You get to pick the final. It's just we got to pick the final 4.
Kentucky against Duke. 1v2, right?
Well,
Yep.
I'm
1v2.
gonna have to pick Duke.
Duke it is.
That is the big favorite among many people.
Tiebreaker. Pick the final score.
So I think we should for this tiebreaker, we should go with points per game. Use their points per game, their average points per game.
Okay.
Duke averages 83 points a game,
Do they?
83.5. So let's give them 84.
Okay.
And Kentucky averages 76 points a game. Let's give them 77,
So go about
76.7.
150 something.
Oh, you can put the final score.
So 84-77.
84-77.
Oh, it's the actual score of the game. Good. All right, good
And
stuff.
we're going to submit our picks. I think, is everybody going to pick Duke this year?
Did we go out on a limb and pick Duke?
Well, I like them just because they have the two guys. With all that has been
The
surrounding them
two-headed
all
monster.
year,
They got to win, right?
all that's been surrounding them this year, I think they have to win. Yeah.
Well, you got Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett on your team. You shouldn't be losing that tournament, so we'll see. I mean, Zion looks like he's healthy and he's back.
Yeah, they're the most
back in
well prepared. I think.
I agree with that. I agree they're most poised to win it
Yeah.
because of their two-headed monster that they have, guys. These
They're
guys
always
are-
going to have the best coach in the tournament,
Yep.
right?
North Carolina beat them twice. Not the last time they played, obviously, in the semis of the ACC tournament, but both of those times were without Zion Williams.
And according to us, they're not going to have to face the Tar Heels. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're okay on that.
Yeah.
But like I said, the Tar Heels beat him without Zion, so take that with a grain of salt.
He's such a beast on the court, man.
It's crazy.
He is gonna be. I won't say he doesn't have the all-around capabilities of a LeBron James.
No, but he's bigger. He's bigger than LeBron James.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
size-wise.
He is. He's gonna be a special talent for years to come, and whoever lands him,
Phoenix?
that is
It's a
gonna
franchise
be,
changer.
Yeah.
Oh, an absolute franchise changer.
Both the guys. Barrett, too.
Yeah, Barrett's not getting the
Supposed to be.
spotlight because he's playing alongside.
Different kinds of players.
Way different.
People like the dunker, the big guy, guy that can run down the court.
He's got more of that appeal that your eyes will be attracted to when you're watching a game like basketball, where you're just a casual fan. True fans will probably appreciate RJ Barrett's fundamentals, his finesse style of game.
Yeah.
But when you got those two guys on the court, it's hard. And Coach K on the bench, it's very hard to pick against them, which is why we took the Duke Blue Devils to win this year's NCAA March Madness tournament. So, yeah, boys, that's good. We'll keep updates on our bracket, and if anybody else, any of the listeners, anyone following on Instagram, if you guys want to send us your brackets, and maybe we can kind of keep a log, keep track on who ends up having the best bracket when it's all said and done. That'll be something fun to do with our listeners and our followers. So if you got a bracket, send it in to at Red Leaf Sports on Instagram.
That's a good.
Yeah, why not? If you want, send it over. So, anything else, boys? You guys got anything before we
next year when this podcast gets even bigger, we'll start our own
March Madness tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bracket tournament. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, boys. Well, I think that just about does it for this Monday evening. As always, we want to thank all our listeners and followers, subscribers for tuning in. And we'll catch you guys next week. I'm sure there'll be another jam-packed week of sports stories and news that are going to break right after
sure.
I press the stop button. So we'll have a lot to talk about next week as well. So as always, on behalf of Albert, Anthony, and myself, thank you for listening and tuning in to the Red Leaf Sports Podcast. We'll see you next week.